What's going on, everybody? DStyleBoxing here. I wanted to just go ahead and jump live and just shoot the shit. You know what I mean? Those watching on archive, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe if you like the content. And also, go ahead and hit that bell button. Hit the all so you get notified when DStyle comes on live. A very impromptu, very last minute video. So I just wanted to come on here. I did a live yesterday. I had to get up early, so I ended it right afterwards, and I want to give some perspective, give my thoughts, and we can all kind of go from there. We said Saul Canelo Alvarez was going to win the fight. He did. We said Saul Canelo Alvarez was going to win in very convincing fashion. He did. We also said, at least I did, that Canelo was going to stop. He didn't. Okay, fair enough. The stoppage didn't come. I'm disappointed that. It's not weird. Let me fix that right away. There we go. Thank you very much, Auntie Pearls. Thank you for letting me know. There we go. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you could hear me, or at least clearly. Make sure this is on. You know what I mean? Andre Rodriguez. I'm going to start rolling the R's of every single person that has an R in their name. That's going to be a thing now. Porque si se puede. That's why. William Boxing, how's it going? Chauncey Pro said thanks for letting me know. I would have done this whole video without the mic on. But I usually do a sound check. I just came on, so I appreciate you guys. Stiffen, how's it going? Watch, it's going to be trolls now. They're going to make troll accounts with all these R's in their name. I'm still going to do it. Okay? So I'm just saying. Jose Lopez. How's it going, brother? Oh, Joe Lopez. I'm sorry. Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. So Jose, right? So I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to lie. I wanted the stoppage. I wanted Gennady Golovkin to get knocked out. I wanted Canelo. Nothing again. It's not personal, guys. It's boxing. But you know what I mean? That's what happens in boxing. Guys get knocked out or they win decisions. Okay? Before, you hate him. You want to see him get hurt. You guys are watching boxing. What do you guys think this is? You think you're watching tennis? You think you're watching golf? No, we're watching boxeo. All right? Mount Food Plan thinks says congratulations to Canelo. Absolutely. Congratulations. Lodi, how's it going? Haplotype in the building. Haplotype. Eso. It was weird watching Triple G play in a safe like that. I had it kind of wide. Once 8-4, 9-3 sounds about right to me. I could go 10-2 even. Anything more than that is just uncivilized. Okay. Now, granted, we're going to go over this more tomorrow, guys. We're going to, after Matt's coming back, or we're going to have a fire show, just letting you guys know. Hopefully the guys come back and we're going to talk some of this boxeo, but 11-1 of your generous haplotype. It was very one-sided. I'm saying. It was a very one-sided fight. Pretty, especially the first half of it was really easy to score. And I think what happened with some people is, and this happens a lot, they do comparative rounds. A guy is dominating so much that when the other guy starts doing a little better, they start giving him rounds, right? But if you're losing by this much or by this much, you're still losing, right? If you're losing by this much or by this much, you're still losing. All right, so I think that's what happened. There isn't one round I give Gennady that I couldn't argue for Canelo, besides maybe one, right? So there's a lot of rounds, about 7 of them. I just can't argue for Gennady Golovkin, like eight of them, right? So what happened is this. I'm going to give you guys my breakdown. Okay, I know people want to give their breakdown, but I'm going to give my breakdown. You know what I mean? I believe what happened, it's not that complicated what happened. I think from early on in that fight, by round 2 or 3, Canelo kind of realized, kind of like I anticipated, that Triple G's reflexes aren't the same. He's not reacting as fast. His jab took a couple rounds to get going. He wasn't really putting that much, like he was being very, he was trying to box Canelo, and he was fighting at his pace, so that favored Canelo. So Canelo, he just kind of decided, well, okay, well, I'm going to put rounds in the bank. Like, you know, man, I'm going to rack up some rounds here while I'm at it. But I think by the second half, he wanted to stop Gennady Golovkin. And I think he got a little more aggressive. And to get more aggressive, you have to, you're opening yourself a little more. And that helped Gennady get more competitive. Right? You know what I mean? He was more competitive, but I still don't think he was winning the rounds. But him trying to knock him out, of course, you're going to get him more if you get more aggressive trying to stop an opponent. But he hit Gennady with some right hand like that would have knocked out a Caleb Plant, would have hurt a Billy Joe Saunders, as we know, but not Triple G. If there's one thing we should say about Triple G, is that he definitely has a chin. Okay? Because everything I anticipated was true. I just didn't think the chin would still hold up. Now, Canelo didn't invest in the body that much early. You know, he was throwing some straights to the body. I liked it. I like the straight shots to the body, but I think he should have winded up some hooks to the body more. But he didn't invest in that. You know what I mean? It just wasn't in the cards. If anything, Reynoso was telling him to hit the bicep, tear the bicep up. The old Marciano trick. Look, I'm not saying it's not worth throwing a couple to the bicep. You know what I mean? But victory has defeated you. It worked one time, and now you want to do it all the time. This obsession with a bicep shot. I mean, holy shit, bro. Hey, hit him in the bicep. I don't know. Maybe somebody else gets it. I don't get it. I get the idea behind it. I get that it worked with Callum Smith, but I think I would have rather him dig some body shots, hooks to the body. I would have rather him invest some head shots than go to the bicep, you know, because it didn't work. At least that portion of it didn't. You know what I mean? Now, granted, Triple G, that arm might be sore as fuck, but they're not scoring blows, and it's just, I don't think it's going to work with most opponents, but it is what it is. Overall, last night I said I give Canelo a C+. I was a little disappointed that there was no stoppage, but I'm going to give him a B. Okay? So I'm going to, you know, after reflecting a little bit, I'm going to give him a little more. Shout out to Chauncey Pearls. He says, I think something happens to Canelo's lead leg in the 8th or 9th round. I can't recall, but he almost slipped, kind of hobbled. And after that, Triple G had his best round. Not sure if you guys caught that. I did mention that in the live. I mentioned something about the leg. I did notice that. But another thing, I heard about the hand. I don't know if he had a hand injury, but hey, shit happens in boxing. You know what I mean? I think Canelo needs to take a break. He needs to balance, like, of course, not being out of the ring too long, but also taking enough time to rest. And, you know, I think he should be off too. I say he should take off until May. You know what I mean? That's enough rest, and he won't get too rusty. You know what I mean? But I think he did okay. I think he did good. You know, obviously, Triple G was game, but Triple G just didn't have it in him anymore, right? And a veteran's gonna know. I mean, they know how to survive a fight, you know, at the end of the day. And the reality that Canelo didn't need the knockout. He didn't have to look for the knockout. It wasn't that close of a fight where the knockout could put it out of the judge's hands, or he already knew, and that's gonna do something subconsciously when you know, well, I already won the fight, so do I need to take more risk? So he just took the necessary risk to land some big shots, and that's it, which is fine. You know what I mean? So I'll just say that. But I think he looked good. I think the jab was actually on point. I think he was making Triple G miss a lot. He was catching most of his shots. And then like he basically did what he needed to do. He virtually won almost every round. I mean, it is what it is. And that's again not having to go that extra gear because he just didn't have to. Especially in the first 8-9 rounds. You know what I mean? He just didn't have to. So at the end of the day, I'll give him a B plus. Chelsea Pearl's question is, Steve, where are you at? DStyles, is that performance good enough to beat the likes of Bivol or Benavidez? I think not. Thoughts? Benavidez, yes. Bivol, probably not. Just keeping it real. I don't think Canelo could, like I think he has a shot to beat Bivol, but I wouldn't favor him. I'll say that. But Bivol's a tough outing for anybody. It's a weight class above him, and Bivol has already been in the ring with him. He knows what to expect. He's already studied Canelo. So Bivol is in the prime of his career. So at the end of the day, that's a tough outing, right? But Benavidez is very beatable. He's very beatable. And not everybody Canelo's going to fight has Triple G's chin. They may be faster than Triple G. They may actually even give him a better fight within the rounds, but they can't take punches like that, right? So this is not something he's going to be dealing with in every fight. Quite frankly, it just isn't. But I want to see. It doesn't mean I don't want to see the Benavidez fight. I'm just saying I would favor Canelo, but it's a good fight. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that fight. I'll just put it that way. If Canelo was a natural light heavyweight, I'd have him beating Bivol easy. Maybe, but he's not, so there's nothing we can do about that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Hawker Mustang says there's a lot of hate for Triple G and for your boy Canelo. Boxing historian saying Triple G made Canelo look bad. Well, look, at the end of the day, whatever you saw, I mean, keep in mind Triple G is a veteran. Veterans know how to do things in the ring. It is what it is. I still think Triple G beats 99.9% of middleweights out there. I would favor Charlo right now against Triple G, and I would favor... That's about it. I'm not sure about Janibek yet. Obviously, Janibek is still... hasn't proven himself, but I might favor Janibek, but again, that's just based off of how Triple G's looking, but it's not like he, this, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Roy Jones when he went on his getting knocked out tour at the same age. You know what I mean? It just isn't. Like, this is a guy that's still, he's a unified champion, and he's still, he's not in his prime, but he's still got it a little bit. You know what I mean? Still a little bit. But with that said, I want to get back to my thoughts here. So Canelo wins the fight, but before I get to the fight, it's one thing if you're not impressed with the way Canelo fights. That's your opinion. It's one thing if you feel Benavidez or Bivol beat him in a rematch and Benavidez can beat him. If you think Benavidez can knock him out, if you think Charlo can knock him out, if you think Andrade could box circles around him, that is your boxing opinion. You're entitled to it. Okay? I don't agree with most of those takes, but that's your opinion. All right? What I can't stand at all, what I can't stand are cappers. People that shoot blanks. I can't stand individuals that are going out of the way to disprove the obvious. There's nobody at the weigh-in, but there's all this footage with a sea of people going to the weigh-in. There's no energy for the fight, but you see a packed weigh-in. You see all these fans at the weigh-in. Vegas is packed. I know people personally that were there in Vegas, and they'll tell me, "Oh, it's packed here." You know what I mean? Then they'll say the arena's half empty. The arena's half empty. I thought Canelo was the face of boxing. What type of a face of boxing is having a half empty arena? But I'm looking at the public numbers of 19,000 sold, 19,000 at the arena. The gate numbers are higher than any other fighter in North America or in the world. If anybody has the gate numbers, please post them. This isn't my opinion. This isn't up for debate. These are just facts, guys. And we have people just out here pretending. Like just pretending like there's no buzz, nobody's at the weigh-in, the arena's half empty. You know what I mean? I saw people saying, oh, there's no buzz. He's not even, nobody's talking about him on Twitter, I heard. Nobody's talking about him on Twitter. He was trending #1 on Twitter for like 4 or 5 hours. He beat college football. He beat MMA. He beat all their sports. He beat celebrities out there. For 4 or 5 hours, he was #1. Trending. And I have the receipts. Facts. We say it with an E here, JC. Facts. Facts. How can people I just don't get it. It's one thing to say, like, oh, I think this guy beats Canelo. I want Canelo to fight this guy. That's one thing. It's another thing to just be using your personal, because you're not happy about the fight. You want to project it on others. And you want to pretend like, didn't you see the weigh-in? You do know there's like footage of this. There's like footage of the weigh-in. There's footage of the entrance. I have family members that were there recording it, sending them to me. How packed, I just don't understand why people need to make shit up. Remy, my brother, saludos DStyle. Saludos to you, brother. Facts! Look, this is not about put your personal feelings of me, of Canelo, of your favorite fighters, put it all to the side. There is footage of the packed weigh-in. There was people there at the weigh-in for a weigh-in. There was people there in Vegas. Who the fuck is trying to convince people that nobody was interested, nobody was there? Fuck your opinion. Fuck my opinion. Let's just talk about the truth. Like what? You don't need to pretend that the guy isn't a big star. This shit's ridiculous, bro. This shit's crazy. I'm going by what I saw on Twitter, William Box. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm some people said the LDBC saying, I don't know what the LDBC is saying, quite frankly. I'm going by what I saw on Twitter. Oh, nobody on my timeline talking about Canelo. He was trending #1. Now, Twitter has you guys in an algorithm. So if you're not seeing a lot of Canelo stuff, or you're seeing hate of Canelo, that's because those are the people you mostly associate with and you tweet with and that you like. Those are the type of posts you like. Okay, so Twitter tracks all that. It tracks the posts you retweet, the posts you like, the ones you click on to view, and it gives you more of that. That's how the algorithm works. So if you're not seeing any of it, it's because you have created your own blockade. You know what I mean? Like that's just the reality. At the end of the day. Oh, the arena, it was half empty. I mean, first of all, I saw it on TV, okay? I saw it. I bought the paper and I saw it. Right? I know people that were there. They were filming it. They showed the whole arena packed. I had family members sending me clips. Why do people need to make things up? What is the point of making things up? Why do you have to pretend he's not the face? Why do you have to pretend no one's excited about his fights or this fight? It doesn't make sense. Joe Rogan was there, biggest podcast on the planet. He wasn't at an MMA event. He was at this boxing event. What is going on here, guys? If you're doing that, you're hating. Like, I know hating is overused. But, and again, I need to reiterate, I'm not talking about, I have Man in Water. Man in Water gives his opinion, and he thinks, so he criticizes Canelo, and he's allowed to. Like people could criticize Canelo on his channel. Okay? You could even say that about the weigh-ins or whatever. But the reality, what I'm trying to say is, it's not about what you personally feel and what you personally believe. Like, that doesn't matter. The popularity of Canelo cannot be questioned. All right? In fact, let me show you guys some other things. People can't make their minds up about shit. Okay? People can't make up their minds about Canelo. They just can't. I always hear boxing fans talk in ways like if they're the arbiter of everybody, right? Everyone's the arbiter. Everyone knows what the quote-unquote boxing fans want. Who are the boxing fans? The one bitching? The ones complaining? Or the ones that go to the events? The ones that buy tickets to the events? The ones that are in the arena watching the events? They're not real boxing fans when they're showing up to these fights, supporting these fights? So I saw this post by Andreas Hale. What do you want to see? Who do you want to see Canelo fight next? Okay? And I want to show you guys something. Okay? See if I can pull this up. There it is. And everyone has a right to their opinion, but look, first guy says, Benavidez or Charlo, that's his opinion. Nothing wrong with it. Okay? Everybody wants to see him fight Benavidez, nobody else. Everyone. While the guy above you wouldn't mind seeing Charlo. So, Tardif, stop speaking for Rob. Rob says Benavidez, but he also says Charlo. Tardif? Everybody wants to see him fight Benavidez and nobody else. All the boxing fans, that's what we want. All of us. I speak for all of us. Scoop Williams, Bubu Andrade. But everybody wants to see him fight Benavidez. Nobody else. Well, but guy above is okay with a Charlo fight. Guy below says Bubu Andrade. Now, we're all going to have, like, some people are going to say, yeah, fuck yeah, Andrade. Some people are going to say, nah, I don't want to see that fucking Andrade fight. Some people are going to say, I don't want to see Benavidez. Some people are saying they want to see Benavidez. Some people want to see Charlo. Some don't want to see the Charlo fight. Ain't nobody, no one person speaks for everybody. This is in the same post. Zachary Ament says, anybody but Bivol. He didn't even spell Bivol right. And so anybody but Bivol. So not Bivol. Right? I don't even know. So Zachary doesn't agree with he didn't say, oh, it's just Benavidez. Nobody else. Bivol. Got to run it back. So one guy's saying anybody but Bivol, not Bivol. The guy below him saying it's got to be Bivol. You have to run that back. One guy's saying Andrade. The other guy is saying everybody wants to see just the Benavidez fight. And one guy is saying, he'll take the Charlo fight. This is what we're seeing on YouTube at a mass scale. Facts. Everywhere I look. Oh, come on. It's just whoever the flavor of the month is. One moment, it's Charlo. Oh, Charlo. Yeah, woo, rah, rah. It's rumored that he's going to fight Charlo. Oh, so he wants to fight Charlo because he's coming off a tough fight. That's why he wants to fight him. Montiel gave him a tough fight, so now Canelo's cherry picking him. And then it's announced he's going to fight Bivol. Oh, he's ducking Charlo. I knew it. You'll see this everywhere. All the fans are saying that they want to see the Benavidez fight. No, not all the fans are saying that. If Canelo signs to fight Benavidez tomorrow, no, not everyone's going to be happy. Okay? That's just not true. A lot of people are going to be happy. Okay? If tomorrow it's announced he's going to fight Benavidez, of course, the ones who wanted the Benavidez fight are going to be happy. I like that fight. But you're going to have people say, oh, he's ducking the smoke. He don't want no piece of Bivol. Yeah, he don't want that rematch. He's scared of a Bivol rematch. This is crazy. And you could see this across the board. You see it everywhere. Last year, before the Plant fight was talked about, when he was boxing Billy Joe Saunders, he's doing it. He ain't fighting he's trying to avoid Caleb Plant. He's fighting the Eurobums, Caleb Plant. Like dudes that were arguing with other dudes that Plant's better than Benavidez were saying he's ducking Plant. But once the fight was signed with Plant, okay, they forgot that they had how they felt about Plant. All of a sudden, Plant turned into a bum, not till after the fight. They turned him into a bum before the fight. They dropped Plant like a bad habit. A really bad one. Okay? This is crazy. Nobody's going to be happy, man. Like this, it's just the truth. We have people pretending he's not the face, pretending he doesn't create a buzz. But their fighters don't create buzzes. If Canelo don't create a buzz, your dudes don't create buzz. Simple as that. I mean, this is nuts. And we already know this. We already know the arenas are practically empty before the main event in Vegas. This has been the truth. Anyone who doesn't know that is relatively new to the sport of boxing, and I question how long you've been watching the sport, quite frankly. If you're saying dumb things, like, the arena's half empty, like before the Bam fight. I question how long you've been watching the sport. This is Las Vegas. It's always been like that. Okay? What was the big fight with the big buzz? De La Hoya Mayweather, okay? Who fought on that undercard? I remember Rocky Juarez fought, but I don't remember. I don't remember who he fought. Who the fuck did he fight? We're going to find out. So, Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. Let's see. Let me just go to this box trick. We'll get Mayweather from there. So, he fought Mayweather. Dude, I for the love of me, I cannot find his undercard. Anyway, forget it. Just do this. Go watch the undercard fights. The arena's empty. That's just the culture in Vegas. I don't like it, but that's the culture in Las Vegas. All right? That's the way it's always been. Always. All right. Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find a picture of it. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding the undercard, but it wasn't that packed, quite frankly. It just wasn't. So I don't know what to tell people, right? There's individuals. I actually don't know what G-Funky scored it. I have no idea, JC, to be honest with you. But I don't agree. I don't agree that fight's a draw. But it is what it is. Most people I've seen have scored it wide for Canelo. From Montero to Joe Habib to just about everybody. But with that said, keep in mind, I was doing the live, I think, at the same time as him, and I got up early and all that, so it is what it is. But look, I'm not here to scorecard shame. It's whatever, right? But I'll just say I disagree. But look, we have to take it into as a whole, right? And the consensus is by far that it was one-sided. You know what I mean? Okay. With that said, look, I think you guys catch my drift, and that's something I wanted to address because dudes are just making shit up out here, man. You know what I mean? Like you can't make it up. Like you just can't make up that, that there was no buzz for the fight, and this is maddening to me. Okay, it's maddening when there's so much empirical evidence, but maybe people, if you give them what they want to hear, they'll hear it, and they're not going to listen to the rest. Maybe, I don't know, but it is what it is. Okay. But anyway, I think tomorrow's going to be a good show. Aftermath's going to be fire. People all over the place on what they want Canelo to do. Some people wanted to fight Charlo. Some people wanted to fight Benavidez. Some wanted to rematch Bivol. Some don't want to rematch Bivol, but they're also saying that he's not going to do it because he's a coward. But if he doesn't do, like, if he does do it, he's an idiot. Like, I mean, none of this makes sense, bro. You know what I mean? Quite frankly, none of it. So it is what it is. I'm tired. Okay. So it's a miracle I was on here for this one. Okay. I'll stay on for a little more, though. If you guys want to ask some questions or whatever, I'll stay on for a little more. But I just wanted to say that I told you guys how I feel, how I thought he did. I think he did okay. I'm liking Canelo with a chip on his shoulder, though. Chip on his shoulder. I'm liking this. He looks mad. He's kind of like, he's kind of like the real life, like Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns has that character where you got to acknowledge me. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Canelo is. Like, he wants to be acknowledged. He's at that place right now. It's like, hey, man, show me my respect. Acknowledge me. So he's like demanding that, and he's taking that. He has that chip, and I think he's mad he didn't get the knockout. That this was not the best year for Canelo. He lost to Bivol. He wanted to knock out Golovkin. It didn't happen, but nonetheless, 1-1 ain't bad. You know what I mean? But I think he's going to come back with the vengeance next year with a chip on his shoulder. And athletes do that sometimes. They take on something. They put a chip on their shoulder, and it might rub a lot of people the wrong way, but that's what motivates them. That's what keeps them in the gym. That's what because this guy's making $40 million a fucking fight. Just think about that. Like, there's no logical human reason why he should still be boxing, right? But guys at this level find a reason to keep boxing. Like they have a chip, they put a chip on their shoulder, and they're here to prove a point, right? Because that's what's going to motivate them to get to that gym. Because he's got hundreds of millions of dollars He has 100 million reasons why he doesn't need to get up at 5 in the morning to do road work. Assuming he gets up at I have no idea when he gets up, but you get my drift. He has 100 million reasons why he shouldn't go to the gym, but he's doing it, right? He's still lurking around, and he's still going to give a lot of fighters life-changing money. For all this shit these fighters talk, they know when they fight Canelo, that's like you could buy your mom the house of her dreams type shit. Okay? It's life-changing money. Like you fight Canelo, you go buy like if it's nothing, you go buy your dad the car of his dreams. Okay, you could have that. These guys can have the honeymoon vacation they never had with their wife. Okay, after they fight Canelo, once that check clears, that's the life. Because you're making good money. You know, whether it's 4 million, 10 million, or whatever it is, you're making good money fighting Canelo. Way more than you're doing the other shit. These 6-digit fighters, good money. But they're making life-changing money when they fight Canelo. So all the capping fans could do, these fighters want him around. So that's the reality. They're waiting for that fight, right? And it comes with legacy too. It's like legacy, it's money, it's all the above. So why not, right? Now somebody's saying who should it depends, right? Because I have perspective. If he's going to fight 3 times next year, then I don't mind him fighting John Ryder. If he's going to fight 2 more times. If he's only going to fight twice, then maybe not John Ryder. Right? If he's only going to fight once, it's got to be a Bivol or Benavidez. Right? It depends. It depends if he's going to stay active or if he's only going to fight once or twice. That makes a difference. Okay? I'm not that dude that's bitching about Yildirim when he fought 4 fucking times that year. There's guys that fight once a year. He fought 4 times. But he fought Yildirim. It depends how many times he's fighting. Like if he comes back in December, hypothetically, I don't care if he fights Ryder. Like, you know, because it's recent, you know what I mean? But if he's going to wait till May, it's Cinco de Mayo weekend, I think he should fight a Benavidez, a Zurdo, Bivol, somebody like that, right? Because it's a long layoff, you know what I mean? And by the way, there's other fighters he could fight, you know what I mean? That could make for a good fight that I wouldn't complain about. If they announce he's going to fight like Beterbiev, I don't think that fight will, but are you going to complain? It just depends. It depends on the situation and how often it's going to be fighting. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like Jamal's fought like once in 2 years, and dudes are complaining about one of Canelo's 4 fights last year. This shit's crazy, bro. So forgive me if I'm not like oh whatever about it. You know what I mean? But that's just how I feel, you know, at the end of the day. Now, what I will say is this, like, these guys need and want the Canelo fight. So just as Canelo's not fighting him the moment you want him to fight, like, I could show you again that different fans want different things, okay? No matter what Canelo does next, he's going to upset most of these people. If he fights Charlo, Rob will be happy, but Tardif will be angry because he's not fighting Benavidez, and everyone, according to him, wants to see him fight Benavidez. He speaks for everybody. Scott Williams will be mad because he wanted Bubo Andrade. Zachary's going to be mad because, well, he might be happy because it's not Bivol. So that's 2 people that are happy. But gray hair, young face, is going to be upset because he didn't run it back with Bivol. If he does fight Bivol, Gray will be happy, but Zachary will be upset because he's fighting Bivol. Scott Williams going to be mad because he didn't fight Andrade. Tardy's going to be mad because it's not Benavidez. Rob will be happy, though. If he fights Benavidez, Rob will be happy. Tardy will be happy, but Scoop's going to be mad. Zachary, he'll take it because it's not Bivol. And Gray Youngface going to be mad because he didn't run it back with Bivol. If he fights Boo Boo Andrade, Rob's going to be mad. Oh, look, he's fighting Andrade. Who the fuck? Why not Benavidez? Why not Charlo? Canelo never does what we want. He never gives the fans what they want. Tardy, oh, he's not fighting Benavidez. He never gives the fans what he wants. Look at that. Scott Will's going to be happy, though. He's going to be he's going to be one of the 5 people excited about the Andrade fight. Okay, Zachary will be happy because it's not Bivol. And then Gray Hair, he's going to be mad because he's ducking the smoke. He's scared. He's ducking the rematch against Bivol, right? No matter what he does, and anybody but Bivol, don't even get me started, right? So we could run a lot of those scenarios again. But at the end of the day, it's just crazy, bro. At the end of the day, nobody's ever happy, bro. People aren't happy. Hit my like button, by the way. Give me the 40 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the bell. Hit the all right now. Take that opportunity at the moment to hit the all and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But I want to take this moment though to say this. So here's a reality that we need to face, right? And look, I don't hide anything. I'm not one of those dudes out here, by the way, that pretends he's not. And look, I'm a Canelo fan. I've been watching Canelo since he was a teenager. Okay, watching him on Mexican television. I was here on YouTube telling people about the young Saul Canelo Alvarez, right, years ago. So of course, I am a fan. I followed his career. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of a fighter. Nothing wrong with that. I don't care. People could try to stigmatize it. People could try to shame you, whatever it is. People are allowed to do it in every other sport. People have their, people that watch tennis have their favorite tennis players. People that watch tennis don't generally, they're not like, no, I love tennis. I'm not a fan of any of these tennis players. Like, nah, that's not true. Right? Golf. People watch golf. They have their favorites. Okay? People that watch football have I like the Buffalo Bills. I'm a Josh Allen fan. Okay? People that watch soccer. Okay? There's people that like Ronaldo. There's some people that like Messi. There's some people that like, the French guy who's pretty good. I forget his name. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Like everyone gravitates towards certain fighters and they're going to have favorites. I don't give a shit what you say. Okay? Everybody. All right? But with that said, but I'm transparent. Right? I'm transparent about it. I don't like Fury. I let people know that before I give an opinion. Because what I don't do, this is what I don't do. I'm a big Fury fan. I really like Fury a lot. And then go on a tirade about the guy. Okay? Shout out to Lady Chen. How's it going? Saludos. Shout out to Chicano Prophet. Shout out to the Boxing Realm. So here's the reality, though. The bar is just higher for Canelo, right? With greatness comes more responsibility, just to steal a line from Spider-Man, right? With great, power comes great responsibility. With it's just the standard is just higher. And I believe boxing fans in general, Canelo fans need to embrace that the standard's higher, right? Most people don't knock out Triple G. Yes, Triple G's never been knocked out. But he's Canelo. People expected him to get the knockout. Fair or unfair, right? So that's why I'm saying I'm giving him a B, not an A, right? That's a Canelo B, though. A Canelo B is like a A+ for 99.9% of fighters, right? But it's just different. right? And that needs to be embraced, I think. Canelo is in a position of privilege, earned privileged. He fought his way there. He didn't inherit this. Like, Canelo isn't the son of a popular fighter. Canelo didn't pose for Playgirl or some shit, or he can't flash his tits like some of these female fighters or whatever. Like you know what I mean? I'm just saying, but he earned this position he's in, right? Well earned, but he's still in that position at the moment, a well earned one, where he can fight whoever he wants, right? He can do that. But here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give a pass to all these other fighters that ain't doing shit, because that's what people do. I'll give you Canelo's in a better position to make fights happen than most guys, of course, or all guys. I'll give you that all day. But let's not act like there's nothing these guys could do. Let's not act like Charlo couldn't have fought Bubu Andrade. While Canelo was doing what he was doing, building the best resume in boxing, these guys could have fought together. They could have fought against better opposition themselves. That's just the truth. You know how we know that, ladies and gentlemen? Because in all the weight classes where there's no Canelo in sight, all these guys are fighting each other. At 115, they're all fighting each other. Chocolatito and Gallo are about to have a trilogy. Chocolatito had 2 fights with Rungazai. Gallo fought Rungazai twice. Cuadras fought all of them. You know what I mean? I think Rungazai twice. Bam Rodriguez already fought Chocolatito, or he already fought Gallo. I mean, not Gallo. Cuadras, he just fought one of the top 10 dudes yesterday. At 140, Josh Taylor Ramirez unified for undisputed. Ramirez fought Hooker, and Taylor fought Prograis, and Baranchik, and Zepeda fought Baranchik, and Zepeda fought Ramirez. And at 154, Jamal fought all those dudes. He fought Harrison. You know what I mean? He had to rematch him. He fought Castaño twice. Like what? Why? Because there's no Canelo in sight. They don't need to. They're not like, oh, I'm not going to take a risk because I want this payday, right? That's a real effect, but people blame Canelo for that. Well, it's his fault. Why is it his fault? Because they want to hold off for a payday? Because they're waiting for a sweepstakes ticket and refusing to take risk? That's Canelo's fault? Listen to yourselves. I'm just saying. Usyk fought all those dudes at cruiserweight. He became undisputed at 175. I mean, those guys are getting it on right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. We're like, Zurdo's about to fight Bivol. Like Joe Smith, already fought Peturbiev. Those guys are mixing it up. Those guys are unifying. That's just the truth. Tell me I'm lying. Even welterweight, Porter's, did those guys still fought Porter? Did they still, you know what I mean? We haven't gotten the Crawford-Spence fight, but Uga's one of the top dudes. You know, he mixed it up with these dudes. Pacquiao fought these dudes. Like, the one that hasn't happened is the one we really want, Crawford-Spence. They haven't announced it yet, by the way. God damn. I should have knocked on wood when I said that. I have till tomorrow, lady chat. I have till tomorrow for this fight to happen. Okay, I count Monday as a weekend. I'm saying. So when I said they're going to announce it this weekend, I still have till tomorrow. All right? It's Sunday. It's our Lord's Day. They don't want to announce it on this day. So tomorrow they're going to announce it. All right, I'm just saying. I hope. Maybe not. You know, whatever. But with that said, you get my drift. Stop coddling these other fighters. Two things could be true at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time. Canelo can be in a better position to pick who he wants to fight. And these guys could be avoiding other fights because they're waiting for the Canelo sweepstakes. Both things can be right. But again, like, all you got to do is show you this. This is a snippet of it. All right? So this question was asked. For those that just came in, I'm going to go over this one more time. Andreas here on Twitter, who do you want to see Canelo fight next? That's what he said. And these are some responses. By the way, this was like 7 hours ago. So, no, while this was 7 hours ago from now, that was 7 hours, but whatever. Probably more responses now, right? So you know what? Let's do this instead. Let's do this instead. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to his Twitter account right now. Let's go to his Twitter account and let's look at the comments. All right? We look at the comments. Let me share this. If I can bring it up, of course. Jesus Christ. I need a double monitor for this thing. I'm just telling you right now. All right. But we're still going to make it happen, though. So let's look at his Twitter. Let's look at the dude's Twitter. Right? What has been said since then? Right? Maybe there's more comments. Well, that's about it. But it's the same ones. But look. Everyone wants to see him fight Benavidez, nobody else. Benavidez or Charlo. Anybody but Bivol. Bivol got to run it back. Boo Andrade. This guy's hit Handley Bird. Jake Paul. I mean, I think the guy's trolling. And this guy wants Charlo. Nobody agrees. Nobody owns the statement the boxing fans want this. The boxing fans want that. Nobody owns that fucking statement. And for all the content creators out there talking about the boxing fans, and you know what they sound like? This is fix. You know what that sounds like? I'll tell you what this sounds like. They sound like politicians. When politicians talk about the American people want this, you know, but no, not everybody agrees with you. You don't speak for everybody. But with that said, I think Canelo has earned a rest. I think Canelo has earned, the opportunity to just chill out for a while. Okay? People have no perspective, bro. You guys remember when, like, people were saying, shout out to the Fight Doctor. Fight Doctor came on my channel, was like, I don't want to say this is a duck, but I think Canelo's ducking Plant. Because Canelo didn't agree to sign a full multi-fight deal to fight Plant. There was dudes arguing that Canelo needed to fight a multi-fight deal to fight Plant, or he's ducking. And they were doing the old, Canelo wants undisputed, right? Well, how can you say you want undisputed, but you're not willing to sign a multi-fight deal? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What the fuck, bro? What does that have to do with how many pesos it costs to buy, chicharrones in Juarez? What does that have to do with anything? Why he signed a multi-fight deal with Natural, so he don't sign it with PBC? He's ducking. Why? Because he signed a multi-fight deal before. He needs to sign a multi-fight deal with PBC, or he's ducking. This is the type of shit people were saying when the fight with Plant didn't happen. And people were getting outraged because he had a rematch clause. Plant saying, "Oh, you wanted a rematch if I win, but not if he wins." Stop. Okay? Quit it. But with that said, I'm glad that the fight's over. This fight was a thorn on our sides. You know what I mean? I believe they should have just left it at that after the second fight. You know what I mean? Canelo said, look, I already fought him twice. but they had to do it again. DAZN really wanted this fight. DAZN wanted this fight bad. So I don't know what the numbers are, but let's look up the gate though, okay? Canelo, Triple G, gate numbers. Does anybody have the gate? I know the rematch at 27 million, but I don't think the third fight gate are out. I don't know. Maybe they're out there though, and I just haven't found them. But let's look at the weigh-in really quick. People saying that there's no buzz for the fight, right? And you look at this, like there is a lot of people in the crowd. But people wanted to say that there was no energy at the weigh-in. I mean, are you people? I mean, who told you this? Stevie Wonder? Like what? Like who's telling these people these things? Who's telling people that there was like I just don't get it. Look, this is the people like for a weigh-in. You know what I mean? I just don't. I just don't understand when people say like, okay, I want to see your fighters as like weigh in. Like, what does that even mean? It's whatever, right? I believe Maestro was out there. I believe Calix was out there. They have footage of the packed arena. I just don't understand why people are making shit up. This is a phenomenon. And you know what, Lady Chan? Look, Lady Chan is not even from the U.S., okay? But I bet you anything, even she knows that in Las Vegas fights, okay, are usually pretty empty. I'm telling you, the big events, they're empty on the undercard, and they don't get packed till right before the main event. That's how Las Vegas fights always are. There's only two times that didn't happen. That's when Ricky Haddon fought over here. Because those dudes got drunk. They were singing. There's only one Ricky Haddon from the opening bell from the first fight. You know what I mean? And they were drunk as shit by the main event. But that's about the only time that there was a packed arena, okay, before the big main event started. That is, for better, for worse, that's how it is in Vegas. All right? But it's whatever. With that said, tomorrow I'm gonna do an aftermath show for you, fucker. I'm gonna do an aftermath show while my Buffalo Bills are playing. Okay? Like that. That's how dedicated I am, and I hope you appreciate that. You need to understand how much that should be appreciated. Okay, I did a round table, okay, for the first game of the season for the Bills, where they destroyed the Rams. I was still watching it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was still watching the fight. But and then I'm going to be doing aftermath for this. I'm just saying. Okay? Yeah, Curry was there. Yeah, Joe Rogan there. Like, if Steph Curry was at a Devin Haney fight, oh my God, people are, see, Steph Curry was there. Steph Curry! Like, come on. Odell Beckham was FaceTiming, dude, and they're saying, oh, you Canelo, I'm a big fan. You're the reason they got into boxing. Oh, they must have hated that shit. Oh my God. Michael B. Jordan was there. Creed, he might fight Creed. Canelo versus Creed? Oh shit. You know what I mean? Vicente Fernandez's son, Alejandro Fernandez. Come on, Isaac. Man, a disrespect. Vicente Fernandez's son. Man. But yeah. With that said, I don't remember who else. I didn't keep track, brother. You know what I mean? Like, I don't count that stuff, but I don't remember who else, to be honest. But with that said, guys, I do got to get going, though. I appreciate everybody that's on. I appreciate everybody, whether you agree, disagree, you know me. You know what I mean? This little boxing community I got on here, it's about everybody. Everybody gets to speak over here. Okay? There's no censoring over here. All boxing opinions are welcomed over here. Of course, you act like an idiot, it's different. Okay? People out here that think, oh, I'm going to troll. And they remove my troll account. Oh, they're censoring me. No, well, trolling is not opinion, and it's not good boxing discourse. Okay? That's number one. But you can do it if you want, but don't get mad when you get timed out. Okay? You know what I mean? And be funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happened to trolls being funny, bro? I'm just saying. Like, you know, pick up your game a little bit. Okay? I don't know, man. It's been a rough patch for trolls lately, Isaac. I'm saying. So, with that said, I promise you, moving forward, and I forget, but everyone with a last name or a screen name with an R, I'm gonna roll the shit out of that R. Like Andre Rodriguez. Okay, that's what we're gonna do over here, right? Viva Mexico, cabrones! All right, that's right. 92 AKU Caballero. All right. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.